In today's lecture, we are going to solve a numerical based on the free undamped vibration. As we know that in free undamped vibration, there is no external force and no damper. First of all, whenever we are solving a numerical problem of the vibration, so we need to identify the kind of motion which a system is executing. Like in this case, when you will observe this system, you can observe that there are two kind of motion. One is the linear motion and another is the rotary motion. So let us understand the numerical first. We have to determine the frequency. We are told to determine the frequency. There is a spring. A disc is attached with a spring having mass m, radius r, and the stiffness of the spring is k and this disc is rolling and moving ahead in the x-axis direction. So clearly we can observe that there are two kind of motion. One is the linear and the second is the angular motion. So it is very important to identify it. If we cannot identify the motion, definitely we will have problem. We will face problem while solving the numerical of vibration subject. We can solve this numerical with different methods, with the help of different methods. As we know, there are three methods. One is the equilibrium method or the Newton's second law. Second is the energy method, and third is the Rayleigh method. So first of all, we are going to solve this numerical with the help of the equilibrium method. So we are taking the equilibrium method. So as we know that equilibrium method is given for the two cases. One is the linear and second is the angular. For the linear case, in a simple spring mass system, it is mx dot is equal to summation of f in x direction, and for angular it is I theta double dot is equal to summation of all the torque in theta direction. अगर हमारे पास ये प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ लीनियर का होता तो भी आसान होता, अगर ये एंगुलर का सिर्फ होता तो भी आसान होता, लेकिन इसमें क्योंकि दोनों मिक्स हैं, आप देख सकते हो कि ये जो डिस्क है ये रोटेट हो रहा है और रोटेट होते हुए आगे बढ़ रहा है, तो दोनों लीनियर भी हो गया और रोटरी भी हो गया, एंगुलर मोशन भी हो गया. तो ऐसे सिस्टम को सॉल्व करने के लिए, ऐसे न्यूमेरिकल को सॉल्व करने के लिए हमको करना ये पड़ता है कि सभी एंगुलर को या तो लीनियर में बदलना होता है या सभी लीनियर को हमको एंगुलर में बदलना होता है. तो लेट अस सॉल्व इट. सो वी आर टेकिंग द हेल्प ऑफ द इक्विलिब्रियम मेथड और द न्यूटन्स सेकेंड लॉ. न्यूटन्स second law. So with this help of this method, first of all we have to write mx double dot. X is the direction in which it is moving, so it is a linear force, accelerating force, and it is, since it is rotating, so we have to write I theta double dot. We are assuming that it is rotating by theta angle is equal to the force which is acting on it. So you can see that when this body will go ahead, so spring will exert a reactive force and it is in opposite to the x direction. So that is why, since in x direction we take positive, so it is going opposite to the x direction, so we will take the spring force, that is minus kx. Now how it comes kx, mx double dot, I theta double dot, you can you know very well from basic videos, initial videos. Now in this situation the problem is, this is the force, but this is the torque. So first of all we need to convert this torque into the force, then only the whole equation will be converted into the linear equation. So to convert this torque into force, we will divide by the r. So I can write this equation like mx double dot plus I theta double dot divided by r plus kx is equal to 0. Now when you will observe this disk, you will observe a relation that suppose if there is a point on circumference here A, and while traveling the distance x, okay, it has traveled the angle theta since the radius is r. So this arc A to B is would be equal to x, okay. So in this condition we can write that theta is equal to, since it is x by r, we know angle is equal to arc upon radius, so x can be written as theta into r. Now if we will find out the first derivative of x, so it would be the first derivative of theta into r since r is constant, and second derivative of x, then theta, second derivative of theta into r since r is constant. So we can put this x double dot value or the theta dot value in this equation so that the equation will be converted into x. So we can write from here that theta double dot is equal to x double dot divided by r. So putting this value of theta double dot in this equation number first, so we can have mx double dot plus I, instead of theta double dot we can write x double dot r, okay, and there is already one r in the denominator, kx is equal to 0. So it is mx double dot plus, now we know that the moment of inertia I for a disk, simple disk, is 1 by 2, it is 1 by 2 mr square. So we can write 1 by 2 mr square, already in denominator there is r square plus kx equal to 0. So r square to r square cancel. If we will take x double dot common, then it is m plus 1 by 2 m, okay, plus kx equal to 0. So we can write it x double dot, it can be written as 3m, okay, it is 3m by 2 plus kx equal to 0. Or if we divide, since we want to calculate the natural frequency, so how we calculate natural frequency, what is the relation x double dot plus whatever comes here with x, okay, equal to 0. So this is the natural frequency, okay, square of natural frequency. So we can divide by 3m by 2, so it would be x double dot, it would be k by 3m by 2 into x is equal to 0. So this is the value of square of natural frequency. So we can write it k 3m by 2, or we can write that omega n is equal to root under, this 2 will come in upper side, so 2m, sorry 2k divided by 3m. So this is the formula to calculate, or this is the result, of natural frequency in this case with the help of the equilibrium method or the Newton's second law method. Now we will solve the same problem with the energy method. In the energy method, actually we need to find out the kinetic energy and the potential energy of the system. And as we know that in energy method, the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy is constant, okay. So first of all, if we will look at what are the kinetic energy, so as we know that first of all disk is moving in this x direction, in the linear direction, so there will be a kinetic energy of the disk, means linear kinetic energy of the disk. And we know that the kinetic energy, linear kinetic energy, is 1 by 2 half m and the square of velocity. So since x is the displacement, so the velocity in this direction will be the x dot square, plus since it is also rotating, this disk is rotating, so there will be angular kinetic energy, and the value of angular kinetic energy would be 1 by 2 I theta dot square. If we calculate, if we want to know that what is potential energy, so from this very simple problem we can understand that the potential energy will be just because of spring only. And in the case of spring, how we calculate the potential energy, so it is half of the stiffness of the spring k and square of the distance, okay, it means 1 by 2 kx square. Now if we sum up this equation, means the value of kinetic energy and potential energy, so it would be 1 by 2 mx dot square plus 1 by 2 I theta dot square plus 1 by 2 k x square and it would be constant. Fine. Now as we sorry constant. So now as we know that from energy method we have to differentiate this equation. This equation, suppose this equation is equation number 1, so we have to differentiate this equation. So as we understand that if there is a disk and if this is a point A, it suppose traveled the distance x just because of this arc distance AB, and the angular displacement is theta. So we can write as the x is equal to r theta, or the first derivative of x would be the r theta dot, or second derivative of x would be r theta double dot. So in this condition we can put the value of the x dot or x double dot, okay, or the theta dot theta double dot as per the requirement from this equation. Fine. So if we want to differentiate this equation, so first of all we need to make it uniform. So we have to change x, all x into all theta, or all theta into all x. Okay, so I can write that 1 by 2 m x dot, I can write in place of x dot r theta dot, so it would be r theta dot square plus 1 by 2, here already there is here is theta dot square, divide plus 1 by 2k, and at the place of x I can write down r theta square is equal to constant. If we solve it, so it would be 1 by 2 m r square theta dot square plus 1 by 2, okay, I could be written as 1 by 2 m r square theta dot square plus 1 by 2 k r square theta square is equal to constant. Fine. Now if we differentiate this equation, so we have to differentiate with respect to the time t to determine the natural frequency of this system. So if we will differentiate, we will get 1 by 2 m r square, since it is constant. Differentiation of theta dot square is 2 theta dot theta double dot plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, it is 1 by 4, okay, m r square. Again the differentiation of theta dot square is 2 theta dot theta double dot plus 1 by 2 k r square is constant, and differentiation of theta square is 2 theta theta dot, and the differentiation of this constant is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the differentiation of the total energy, that is the sum of kinetic energy and potential energy with respect to the time, or you can say differentiation of the total energy. Okay, now we can write this equation as, okay, yes, this 2 to 2 would be cancelled, this 2 would be cancelled with this 4, this 2 to 2 cancel, and theta dot is common, so we will take out theta dot common. So we'll have the equation, final equation here, m r square theta double dot, here 1 by 2 m r square theta double dot, and so here we will have the k r square and theta is equal to 0. So we can take theta double dot common from here, so we will get m r square plus 1 by 2 m r square plus k r square theta equal to 0. So we can write this equation as, if we will divide by this value, so we will get theta double dot k r square m r square plus 1 by 2 m r square into theta equal to 0. So this r square cancel, so we will have theta double dot plus, okay, k. If you will solve this m plus 1 by 2 m, so you will get 3m by 2 theta equal to 0, or you can write theta double dot plus 2k by 3m, okay, theta is equal to 0. Now this is the frequency, natural frequency is square of natural frequency. So omega n square is equal to 2k by 3m. So we can write that omega n is equal to root under 2k by 3m. So as you can see, so we can see from here that we achieved the same natural frequency from both the method. So in any problem associated with the vibration subject, you can use both the equations and you can achieve same result.